Hello friends, let us now learn some important points about the pulmonary stenosis. So, pulmonary stenosis most commonly occurs in the pediatric age group. You won't see pulmonary stenosis commonly in the adults. We see in pediatric age group. So, if you see the causes, first we have congenital causes of pulmonary stenosis. Okay. Second, there is a type of pulmonary valve which is seen in Noonan syndrome, which is called as dysplastic pulmonary valve is present in Noonan syndrome. This dysplastic pulmonary valve is not properly formed. This is seen in Noonan syndrome. Actually, Noonan syndrome is a type of Turner syndrome. It looks like Turner syndrome, except that Noonan syndrome has chromosome 12 defect, whereas Turner syndrome has XO defect. Then the next thing is we have carcinoid syndrome. Carcinoid syndrome is here. In carcinoid syndrome we have two defects. One, pulmonary stenosis and tricuspid regurgitation are seen in carcinoid syndrome, and pulmonary stenosis can also occur in rheumatic heart disease, but it is rare. Okay, so these are the main causes of pulmonary stenosis. When do you call it as severe pulmonary stenosis? Severe pulmonary stenosis is when the pressure is more than 50 millimeters of Hg. So based on the pressure gradient, you will call it as severe pulmonary stenosis. Then if you see, we have mild pulmonary stenosis, or if you take moderate pulmonary stenosis, these are actually asymptomatic, mostly asymptomatic. So if you examine the patient, so what is happening in this pulmonary stenosis? If you see in the pulmonary stenosis, here you will have two things. See, there is pulmonary, this is the stenosed valve, and as a result the blood has to actually go into pulmonary artery, but because of the pulmonary stenosis, the pulmonary valve does not open properly. So as a result, this right ventricle has to do lots of work. He has to exert higher pressures in order to open this stenosed pulmonary valve, and as a result this undergoes concentric hypertrophy of the right ventricle occurs, and slowly because of this concentric hypertrophy of the right ventricle, there is less blood flows from the right ventricle to the pulmonary artery. So there is back pressure of the blood from the left ventricle from the right ventricle into the right atrium. So there is volume hypertrophy of right atrium, but that occurs in the severe cases. Now because of the blood flows from right ventricle to the pulmonary artery, during that through the stenosed valve, this will exert turbulence, and as a result on examination you will see presence of ejection systolic murmur is present. And you will see the presence of ejection click is present, and this ejection click becomes less prominent with inspiration. All the right sided events become prominent with inspiration, except this ejection click, which becomes less prominent during inspiration. Then if you auscultate, S1 will be absolutely normal. S2 heart sound, you will see A2 is heard normally, but P2 is stenosed. So as a result you will see soft P2 is heard. Okay, and when there is pulmonary arterial hypertension, then you will see the P2 which is heard is loud. Okay, now here S4 sound will be present. So if you see the investigations in these patients, you will see you will have to do chest x-ray. In chest x-ray you will see the presence of upturned apex of heart. So you will see it something like this. I will just try to draw the picture. this is the normal left border of the, sorry, right border of the heart. In the left border you will see like this. This will be the diaphragm. This apex is upturned like this. Okay, this upturned apex of the heart is characteristic of pulmonary stenosis. Then you will see, if you do an ECG, in the ECG you will see presence of P pulmonale due to right atrial hypertrophy if any, and there is right axial deviation is seen. And you can do echocardiography. Echocardiography is the investigation of choice, and this echocardiography will tell us the gradient. It will tell the gradient between the right and left, between the gradient between the right ventricle and pulmonary artery is found out by echocardiography, and it is more than 50 millimeters of Hg. And you will also see the presence of right ventricular hypertrophy, that is eccentric right ventricular hypertrophy is seen with echocardiography. Then what are you going to see on treatment? Treatment is, you will see presence of percutaneous pulmonary valvotomy is done. Percutaneous pulmonary valvotomy is done for treatment. So this is about the pulmonary stenosis. Thank you for watching.